You ready? Thank you. Are you going to grab?
I'm going to go grab
Okay.
just real fast. I'll bring it back up and then you guys can get out here.
Okay.
And then Don's bringing my bag.
Oh, am I doing 9 on Sunday or no?
Yes.
I am?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get back to me.
Sorry. It's been crazy. I'm sorry. It's been a nut house.
I don't know. My nose looks really weird there. Oh, well. I'm not going to use this. Okay. Ready?
Where am I looking? Where's the camera?
Where's the camera? Right there.
Yeah, that's a backup. Start it now then.
You guys aren't fucking around putting me on the spot.
Mm-hmm. I love it. You asked for this. This is so funny. This is so. I was like, I love when I listen. I went and got an aura picture, and I had.
Oh, are you yellow, aren't you?
How'd you know that?
Hearts don't grow. We ain't fucking around.
And I have dark blue, which is audio clarion by my ears, so I hear the voice all the time. But she goes, look at those little white spots. And I said, what's that? She goes, you don't always listen.
What's your point? Yes, I do. Sort of.
Dr. Lori
Are you ready?
Cardellino.
It's already recording? We're not live, though.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already recording. You just have to, when you bring it over, it's live.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Always.
What else is there?
And good evening. This is Dr. Marissa, the host of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon on Universal Broadcasting Network TV. And we are here broadcasting live on location at the Conscious Life Expo, as usual, 2017 at the LAX Hilton. And the scheduled guest, Master Shaw, who asked to be interviewed by me, had a little hiccup, so he's not on premises. So I thought I would just go down and do what I love to do, which is be spontaneous. And I looked around, I went and I just literally stood and looked around the exhibits, and boom, I saw holistic dentist and went, now that I got to talk to. So we have here with us on in our comfortable studio up here at the Hilton, Dr. Lori, and I don't want to butcher your last name, so it's
Cardellino.
Cardellino. Let me guess, Italian?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Tu sei simpatico.
No.
No. You don't do that?
No.
Okay. So holistic dentist, what is that?
Anti-mercury.
Anti-mercury.
That's the foundation of the concept of a holistic dentist, where we're the ones within the profession questioning the concept of putting mercury in.
Okay, so take me back. So you were traditionally trained as a dentist, and were doing your dentisting,
Yeah.
and it was fun,
Right.
and you liked it. And then what happened?
It actually starts the second day in dental school. I went to dental school to become an oral surgeon, and my father was an MD, and I was in pre-med, pre-dent, and my advisor in college said, you're really not the MD model, it's not going to work for you. You should go into dental school, go into surgery, then it's a shorter path and you can do surgery that way. So I went to dental school, and the second day of dental school, I'm sitting in the back of the room. I'm a back of the room class person.
Yeah.
And the professor up front said, this is what we do here. Mm-hmm. We drill, when you take the little cavity out, you put an amalgam in, and it's 50% mercury. And I was like, I nudged my friend whose dad was a dentist, and she was like, well, yeah. I said, what do you mean, yeah? And she said, well, that's what, do you know anything about dentistry? I'm like, no, I've never been to the dentist. Never been to the dentist.
Never?
Never.
Then why did you want to go to
Because
dentistry?
I would be an oral surgeon.
Oh.
It was a shortcut in.
Got it.
She was like, Cardellino, you don't know anything about dentistry. You're not going to make it. I was like, well, that's okay, because I'm just going into oral surgery, so that's all right.
Right.
And that night, I went home and I started asking, and I was like, what's dental amalgam? What's mercury? And then I went back the next day, my third day of dental school, and started talking to some of my classmates, and they're like, it's not that mercury. It's once you mix it up and then you put it hard. It's not that mercury. And I was like, it's on the periodic chart of the elements. I'm pretty sure it's mercury. So I spent 4 years in dental school with that. That was it. You have to
Wow.
go through. You have to do it. I have the current story of the only. Coming out of dental school, I never put mercury in, because coming out in 1992, I could just be a cosmetic dentist, and I did white fillings. I didn't know anything about mercury safe removal. I didn't know anything about why I shouldn't put it in. I just thought it was a bad idea.
Right.
So my mother sat for boards for me to become a dentist. And she's the only patient I have currently, because actually not currently, because just a couple months ago, she's 75 now, I took out all of her dentistry that I did in dental school. Another story. But up until 2 months ago, my story was the only dental amalgam I have in a human is sitting for boards. I had to do a mercury filling to become a dentist.
Okay.
And then after that, I never did another one.
Wow.
Just happened to be on my mother.
And then you took it out.
A long time later. Because
Okay.
that's the thing about family. She was like,
so-
oh, it's your niche.
Right.
I'm fine with my mercury filling. I'm like, okay, Mom.
So what's bad about mercury? I mean, I think you're not supposed to touch the mercury that's in the thermometer because it'll kill you or burn you or something. What does mercury do?
A lot,
Okay.
which makes it the most
Yes.
toxic element non-radioactive. We got plutonium, uranium, and mercury. The most non-radioactive toxic element to humans on the planet Earth. Period. The most toxic element known to man.
I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in. The most toxic, and we're voluntarily putting it in people to fill
Little tiny
the
holes
holes.
in every dental school in the world today.
Okay. And
What?
yeah. So is this a conspiracy? Like we're trying to make people sick? Did they do studies to see if it makes us sick? Does it make
Depends
you sick?
on who you ask.
Okay.
If you ask anybody in the industry of dentistry, there's never been a study that proves dental amalgam is bad to humans. That's what it is. That's the ADA's stance. There's never been a study to prove it's bad. If you ask any human on Earth, or if you ask any alternative culture, if you ask anybody else but dentistry, should you put mercury in your mouth? They're going to say it's the most toxic element known to man. Probably not.
Okay.
And that's literally just what we're in.
So why hasn't there been a study even to say that it's okay? There just isn't a study.
I'm a practicing dentist, so you understand the line I'm walking, being on live television. I can only say the situation that we're in. We have an industry, medical industry on Earth, telling all of the humans, put dental amalgam mercury in your teeth to prevent the cavities from getting bigger. That's what we do. We drill them out. We find little cavities. When you're a child, you go to the dentist, you find the little I have a cavity. Then you get the top of the tooth drilled out and you get the mercury put in. That's just what's happening. The why it's happening and all this stuff, we don't have enough time, no matter how long we sit here for the why.
Right.
My life, my career, 22 years I'm in this, is coming to Conscious Life Expo, speaking to doctors like you, jumping on interviews because I think it's important for humans to know.
Is there anyone else like you doing it? Yeah. Okay.
I'm third generation holistic dentist.
Okay.
There's Dr. Hal Huggins was the first guy back in the 60s. He lost his license because in the state of Colorado, he was treating out of his scope of practice because he was telling people, hey, I learned this stuff from Peru that mercury's bad. And he himself was mercury toxic as a human and a patient. And he figured out, I think maybe I'm mercury toxic because I'm a dentist, touching it, breathing it, drilling it. And he heard about the concept of dental amalgam being mercury, because nobody knew it back then. Because they were called silver fillings, dental amalgam. Nobody said the word mercury. So he was the first guy that he lost his license because he said, mercury's bad, come to me, I will take it out a very specific way. And the Colorado State Dental Board took his license. So he was a non-practicing dentist for his career. But he had a master's in public health. So he had a clinic where there was dentistry being done this way. And they were just dentists that were employees of the thing doing his, and he's passed now. He died last year. He was a very good friend of mine throughout my career. And that was Hal Huggins. If you reach on any of this, you find Dr. Hal Huggins. And he was the first guy on the West Coast, and I was East Coast, so I had mentors. But when I got out, it was already, hey, there's enough dentists saying mercury's bad.
Right.
And I got out in 92, that was right around the internet happening. The internet
Yeah.
was 87-ish.
Yeah.
So that's the game changer, is the internet. Information's here.
Right. Has anybody told you not to say anything or do what you're doing? Yes. Okay.
Because you risk your license every time you speak about this issue.
Wow.
But the one thing that's happened in the issue, because it's I'm here, I'm still a practicing dentist.
Yes.
What happened, and it was my direct mentor in Baltimore. The Maryland State Dental Board comes after a dentist for doing anti-mercury, right? And they try to take his dental license. And for the first time, the head lawyer that protects holistic dentists, I think he is, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
My hero.
There you go.
Love the guy.
You are Lucy.
He was the first lawyer that partnered with the dentist the dental board was coming after them, and he countersued the Maryland State Dental Board for a freedom of speech issue for the dentist.
Good.
And he won.
Good.
So that was a landmark case.
When was this?
10
years
I'm
ago?
guessing, no, further than that. I
Further
graduated
than
in 92. I think it was happening 94, 95.
Okay.
So that was the landmark case of, as a dentist, I'm constitutionally
Constitutionally
able to say
perfect.
my freedom of speech.
And you can say it here live.
that's why we're
and
here.
We'll be playing this again.
Yes.
And
So
this is
if-
now on my radar. So Asian Oprah is on it. And so, yeah, we found out in the elevator that we have people in common. And Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, everybody knows, is my big brother.
He's my dentist.
And
I'm his
you're,
dentist.
you're his
Dentist.
dentist. Yes, that's right.
And good
then and good friend. And you also are you've worked on his brother Achille, my other brother's teeth.
Yep.
Yes.
And his son Kilu and everybody else.
And
at
that is so wild, because I didn't know that when I
Well,
asked
imagine
you.
that connection.
Yes.
Because he's
Yes.
Michael Beckwith.
Yes.
He understands the whole body health.
Yes.
That's why he's
Yes.
vegan. That's what he
Yes.
teaches.
And
So
you-
when he learned of mercury in the mouth, and then he heard of my work, he backs my work, because we're taking the mercury out of the people, trying to do work to
Beautiful.
get the mercury out of the people. And it really has just become
That's
information.
Awesome. That's awesome.
This
He
is it.
actually he's the one who named me Asian Oprah and introduced me to Oprah as the Asian Oprah last year. So go figure. So anyways,
awesome.
okay. So you brought some stuff to show. I don't know
did.
if we want to.
I don't know if they can zoom in, but it's a big
zoom
deal.
in on this one
So
or not.
one of the biggest concepts is, why is permanently placing mercury in a tooth a bad idea? Well, for the obvious reasons, it's completely toxic.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff about American medical model that the rest of the world knows that we don't know, and we don't look at, and we don't think that those other people know what they're talking about. And there's this other stuff called traditional Chinese medicine.
Right.
There's those other people on the planet that kind of have a medical model that's
Yes.
been around a while.
Yes.
So just as every line in your face has an organ meridian correlation, just like everybody knows about reflexology, bottom
Yes.
of your foot.
Great.
So an area is a liver area. So teeth have organ correlations.
Wow.
Your back molars are large intestine.
Wow.
Your premolars are stomach. Imagine if you're God and you're making this up. You kind of have to know what you're chewing so that it's coming down the chute, because you got to know what's going on. So this, can you guys get this?
I love this. I love when I find stuff out I didn't know, and it's so interesting.
You want to hold that? You'd be my
Ah,
AV.
thank
You're my Vanna
you.
White.
Thank you. I am.
You're my Asian Vanna White.
I am.
You're killing it. So this concept is, these are the teeth, like here. So large intestine meridian and lung. So large intestine meridian, and you have mercury on the large intestine meridian.
Oh.
So imagine the concept in the human body where every cell knows what every cell is doing. And on large intestine meridian, which is where the heavy metal detox lives. That's the glutathione pathway. That's how we detox,
Right.
through the gut.
Right.
And on that meridian, we place permanently the most toxic element known to man.
Wow.
So it's blocking the meridian, and
Right.
on the meridian is physical mercury getting absorbed into the gut. It's shutting down the pathway that's detoxing everything. That's what makes mercury the most toxic element. The detox pathway is blocked. It's the gatekeeper. If you have mercury, you're not detoxing anything.
So Please tell me that there have been studies looking at the impact of having mercury in different areas of the teeth.
As long as you leave America and you don't ask the American Dental Association.
There have been studies.
PubMed.gov. Just go on there and look at mercury, large intestine meridian.
Okay.
It's the most toxic element known to man. There's
So
a lot of
cancer?
people. Oh, you're just gonna just keep going until I.
Get in
I'm gonna
trouble.
live with
I'm
you if
so
I lose my license.
So,
I hope
I'm
you're
sorry.
as rich
I'm going
as
to put this
Oprah.
down. Yeah, I'm working on it.
All
I'm
right.
working. I gave away $20,000 last week on the air.
Nice.
I did.
You're
So
gonna have to
for the
employ
little
me the
part.
rest of my life.
Yeah. No. Okay.
It's one
so
of those
so
things of
so
we're just educating.
yes,
This
we're
is
just
science.
education.
This is
it makes
traditional-
rational sense that if you put the most toxic material on anywhere on
permanently
your
in the
body,
permanently.
then it's going to impact it. But I didn't know about this meridian. So not your feet, your hands, and now your teeth also. So what about if you remove your wisdom teeth, or what happens when you put or you remove teeth?
So now we jumped into holistic dentistry.
Okay.
If you practice knowing this and you treat to this,
Okay.
it kind of helps years in that you start going out of dentistry and learn other stuff. So I'm a board certified naturopathic physician too. You don't have to know acupuncture. You just have to know this chart exists for the concept of what might I be doing that's affecting the whole body that I just didn't know.
Okay. I'm the guinea pig. Here we go. So
Wisdom teeth.
can you want to look?
Well, let's talk about the
Okay.
one you asked already.
So
wisdom teeth.
I had one taken
Guess
out.
what meridian wisdom teeth is?
Wisdom.
Heart.
Oh, heart. So I have a hard heart.
It's the concept
I have
of
no heart.
if you're going to do Chinese medicine is based on you don't do surgery. You don't cut and you don't pull.
Okay.
Surgery cuts the field. They had to figure out millennia ago, how am I going to fix this without cutting it and dissecting it? If you cut it, you break the field. So you can't do that. That's not an option. So if the concept is these all have a meridian correlation, the foundation is maybe there's something going on if you pull a tooth. And dentistry doesn't look at that because we don't know there's a meridian system. We just
Right.
think if you pull it, you go home with an antibiotic, it heals, you're good.
Right. It doesn't hurt anymore.
So wisdom teeth are heart meridian. So imagine the concept if you're not supposed to do surgery, because we didn't pull each other's teeth until we invented dental anesthesia. That was current, that's recent, 50 years. So now we've got a profession that puts you to sleep, numbs all 4 teeth, takes 4 different teeth out at the same time, and then sends you home on an antibiotic and hope that everything heals good. And most people have the history of one of the worst experiences of my life is when I got my wisdom teeth out and I pained and I swelled and I hated it and I woke up in the middle of surgery and everybody has a wisdom tooth out story.
Right. Right.
So maybe just knowing this concept,
yeah. That
we
might
just
not
say maybe we just shouldn't just take all 4 at once because the orthodontist says your teeth are crowded.
be.
Maybe we should just look at it differently. And that's the same about every tooth. That's the same of every tooth in the mouth. You look at dentistry thinking, I wonder if I should look at things differently before I decide what to do to the tooth.
Right. Right. So let's go backwards then. So as a naturopath doctor, if I come to you and I say, I'm having like hip pain. Okay. So is that related to your teeth?
Everything.
Everything.
Because I don't think this chart has
So
it. This chart is just the one that has the big stuff.
okay.
And this chart is multidimensional. For sure, each cervical spine goes to a specific tooth because it's all it's all connected. And you always see the bite, the jaw, the teeth missing, having to do with structure, right? Having to do with it affecting the whole body. Because there's another piece of the puzzle that the medical model doesn't even agree with, and if they kind of agree with it, they don't really know what it means. That's, do your skull bones move?
Right.
Cranial motion.
Okay.
Cranial sacral. The chiropractors that say cranial bone. The MD model says at 25 your skull bones are solid and they don't move.
Right.
Every other medical model says they move when you breathe. So if they move when you breathe, they might move when you go.
Okay.
And what you do to teeth might affect the whole
Everything.
system.
So if I grind my teeth at night and I wear one of those things, what am I doing to myself that I don't know that I'm doing? Or why am I doing
I'm
that?
really going to live with all you guys. So I'm just going to do like we're
If you were living,
You're
yeah,
making me do
yeah,
things
I
I say
am.
not online.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So my first thing would be, since I'm holistic,
Yes.
I don't want to turn off a symptom and ignore it. I want to figure out the cause.
Okay.
Right? That's the alternative holistic model. Figure
Yes.
out the cause. So the first thing that I would ask is, why would you be grinding your teeth, especially something that you do during sleep?
Yeah.
Because the human body, when it goes to sleep, is very smart. So whatever it's doing, you have to go into complete sleep, which is full repair, so that you wake up the next day.
Right.
People dying of end-stage cancer on chemo and almost dead go to sleep and then they wake up the next day because the body is in full balance while you're at sleep. So the concept of question that,
Okay.
as in don't think your job is to just turn it off, just question it.
Okay.
One of the things that we probably wouldn't want to do is put a carcinogenic piece of plastic that you chew on every night. Isn't it something? Isn't it like, oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good idea. Now that's the entire profession of TMJ,
Right.
orthodontics,
Right.
night
Right.
guards.
Yes.
So you can see where I begin to walk the line of, wow, dentists have problems with me and I just ask questions.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
because I don't know your full case,
Right.
but if what we could figure out was your body's grinding because of your man-made tooth position, orthodontics, lots of crowns, implants, we put your teeth where we wanted them,
Right.
but we never looked where your head bones want your teeth, right? My mentor is Dr. Bob Walker 20 years ago, and he teaches chirodontics. I remember the day I saw that word. Hair stands up on the back of my neck, and I was like,
yeah. Wow.
what's that?
Yeah.
And I go and look, and this is a really important thing for the question of, whoa, okay, just learning. I walk into a room and I see, first of all, I see chirodontics, and it's a very high-end dental seminar, high-end TMJ, full mouth reconstruction, the guys that do full body stuff in the dental world, all the
Okay.
rich dentists doing full mouth reconstruction.
Okay.
And there's maybe 100 dentists there, top 100 dentists in the country, you could say.
Okay.
And I see on this breakout room this little guy talking about chirodontics, and I look, and up on the screen says, if you're going to change the plane of the bite, and you know that the back teeth have to come down, or I mean the top teeth have to come down, or the bottom teeth have to come up, what should you do? Nobody in dentistry asks that question. And certainly nobody knows that you could do that.
Right.
So I was like, what are you asking that for, and how do you know, and what does that matter?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I didn't know cranial bones moved at the time, and I certainly didn't know you could move the thing, and then I changed my whole life in dentistry. I followed that guy, still do. Just saw him in Vegas a couple months ago.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wow.
Yeah.
You're
it's all
asking
about
a question.
balance.
All about balance.
Balance. That's my last line in every show. It's all
so balanced.
balance.
Because the skull has to be balanced to the teeth, because every time you put your teeth together, you can't cause a cranial distortion.
This is amazing.
So the more you look, what's the punchline? How about as minimal dentistry as possible, because you don't know what you're affecting whole body.
Yeah.
So I teach or talk about the concept of when we put kids in orthodontics, if we're rebuilding a case with implants, maybe looking where to put the teeth, looking whole body.
Yes.
Nobody in dentistry. A very small amount of people.
Yes. I'm really glad that I didn't follow a lot of advice that I got from the dentist.
Which is why you're
early.
so healthy. I mean, that's the thing about being healthy.
With my kids too, though, because they were like, "Oh, look at the bite, the overbite." I'm like, "No, they don't have it, and they're not even growing. I don't even know where it's going to end up." So the $1 million question is, did you ever become an oral surgeon?
No. It wasn't ever oral surgery I wanted to go into. I wanted to go into surgery. So you go in and get DMD, MD, that was the degree.
Right.
And then you go in and you specialize, and I would go into emergency medicine, like I would take another route.
Right.
When I got into dental school my first 6 months, and I realized what I was doing and what was going to happen, and then I was like, you know what, I do want to be a dentist, because then I can do everything. Because back then I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
And I decided I didn't want to, it was a bad advice / it wasn't going to work. Like if you go in with a DMD, MD, and then you have to go to all of the training to become in surgery, and you're bottom of the line, you're just, a dentist. And
well, you're not needed there anyway.
Exactly.
You're needed in this.
Right.
And it's fabulous what you're doing. It's fabulous that you are taking this on and pushing the edge of the envelope and not continuing to put the most toxic element known to man in people's mouths. And so you actually have a practice now here in LA. How do people find you?
Ventura Holistic Dentistry.com.
Ventura Holistic Dentistry.com.
And I'm just a general dentist as far as what I do every day. I take out mercury fillings and I do surgery on people with implants and root canals on meridians that their whole body is not well. So I do surgery a lot. Most of my work is surgical, where I'm taking out stuff because their corresponding organs are not well.
And you do see that.
My whole career. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, because of that, and I don't give this to all my guests, and you're like a spontaneous guest, but everything happens for a reason. I'm giving you the Dr. Marissa Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award.
Nice.
And we usually have like this giant woohoo when I do my show. You don't get that because we didn't bring the props today, but you do. My interns are there. Feel good, feel good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful that you're not you're not keeping quiet, and you are exercising your freedom of speech to help people, and for that we are all grateful. And you have just heard a live broadcast from LAX Hilton, the Conscious Life Expo 2017. I am Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah, here live broadcasting with a very special guest today, holistic dentist and naturopath doctor, Dr. Lori Cardellino. Thank you so much, and keep it tuned in here. We're going to be broadcasting live all weekend on ubnradio.com, channel 3 for all the different guests that we have and all the hosts that are on here. So I am actually going to have to bow out because I have to cover the City Gala. Oh, bummer. And I've been chosen as one of the 3 reporters and journalists to have an interview with Halle Berry on the red carpet tomorrow for City Gala. Oh, more. And then the next day, John Travolta and Quincy Jones. So to tune into that, follow me on Facebook Live, Dr. Marissa. Give me the finger while you're at it. Not just kidding, a thumbs up. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Do a little, let's see who we have. Oh my God, it's my 250th show on Tuesday, February 14th. And my special guest is Dr. Pat Allen, who comes every year. She's hilarious. You know, she's been on Oprah 4 times. She's been on Asian Oprah 6 times. And the real Oprah calls her comic mother superior. So do not miss it. Goodness. UBN Radio, broadcasting live out of Sunset Gower Studios next Tuesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's, happy Single Awareness Day, and please tune in and you'll see her rake me over the romance coals one more time. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.